In the headlines, Dominicans expected to play a key role in the renaming of the Princess Margaret Hospital as groundbreaking for the new project approaches. Security issues and the number of young offenders coming in among main concerns for one state prison official. And Dominica receives help from St. Lucia as it strengthens its capacity to award the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, CVQ. I am Andrea Lee with the Channel 5 News. Details after this. Thank you for staying with us. First up, as government prepares for groundbreaking of the new hospital in Roseau in August, the renaming of the Princess Margaret Hospital is on the Prime Minister's mind.
August 8 has been set for the groundbreaking ceremony of the project to be funded by the government of the People's Republic of China. Prime Minister Skerrit said recently that suggestions will be sought from the public to guide government in the renaming of the country's main hospital.
And for me, this will be a very important date because healthcare is so important and it impacts the entire country. Every family is impacted on matters pertaining to health. And we look forward to the commencement and of course the eventual completion of the new national hospital. And of course we'll engage the public on the renaming of the hospital. We'll be engaging the public on suggestions on which distinguished Dominican or international figure we should rename this hospital, because I'm sure many of us have never met and may not have known Princess Margaret. We have no difficulty with her, but I think we have distinguished Dominicans who have assisted us in area of health that that could bear the name of the hospital. I do not know yet, so we'll hear from the public on that and so forth.
Hunan Construction Engineering Group Corporation will be the main contractor on the project. In December last year, contracts were signed between that firm and the Ministry of Health and Environment. Hunan Construction Engineering Group Corporation is state-owned and has developed comprehensive capabilities of building and installation, road and bridge construction, survey and design, scientific research, and real estate development. The firm has been ranked among the top 500 enterprises in China for 11 years and the top 60 of Chinese contractor and construction designers for 10 years. It has developed projects in more than 30 countries, including Liberia, Tanzania, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Australia. The new hospital is the last of the 4 pillar projects between the governments of Dominica and People's Republic of China since formalizing diplomatic relations 12 years ago. On December 4, 2012, the two governments signed an economic and technical cooperation agreement for the construction of the new hospital. It's been reported that it will cost 40 million EC dollars to construct a new hospital at the existing Princess Margaret Hospital site in Goodwill. Chinese designers had to go back to the drawing board with the initial design for the project, following recommendations by Health Minister Dr. Kenneth Daru for additional sections to be added, including an infectious disease control unit. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, has also been instrumental in reviewing the designs of the new hospital through the United Nations Office for Project Services. Idona John Baptist, Channel 5 News.
Meantime, some of you have been sharing your thoughts on the renaming of the Princess Margaret Hospital. Here's a look at what some of you had to say.
I think that the Prime Minister's right that we should rename it after a very prominent Dominican. And can I suggest Eugenia Charles? I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I know she was a very good Prime Minister. Or maybe we should name it after Mr. Skerrit, who has been and is our Prime Minister for the longest time.
So we're supposed to have a new name. I mean, it's a development. So we should have another name for the hospital. We cannot take the same Margaret Hospital.
I think that if they're changing the hospital and they're developing it, I think they could change the name as well, the name. And I hope that it's going to be a very big and wonderful hospital.
It's a while Dominica have been an independent country, so it's good to pay tribute to your national or your nationals, or to relinquish to foreign images that don't have too much relevance in our life today. You know, it's a good gesture.
After our own people, we can name it after our Prime Minister, because remember he's doing very, very well.
Concern is being expressed at the number of young offenders entering the state prison.
Assistant Superintendent of Prisons Raphael Katin made the disclosure while being questioned by the court at the close of the criminal session, which ended on Monday. Katin said there were 211 inmates at the prison, which consist of 208 males and 3 females. He said there were 2 juveniles in custody, but overall 17 young offenders in prison. He also noted that there were 4 foreigners, including 3 Chinese and 1 Haitian national. He told the court renovation will start on the toilet facilities in the security block after estimates are received. He said there were 11 inmates at the security block who are in dire need of proper toilet facilities. He also expressed concern about security at the prison, saying that people were still throwing drugs and other illegal items over the fence for prisoners. He says while they intercept some and call the police, it's still a major concern. He did say, however, that they had seen marked improvement in terms of visits by a medical team to care for inmates. He questioned the lack of interest shown by men in being prison officers, saying they have received 34 applications for jobs, 24 of which have come from women.
A high-level community policing program, the first of its kind, to be rolled out in the community of Kalibishi next month. During a handing over ceremony of new vehicles to the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force in April, the Minister for Justice informed the public that Kalibishi would benefit from a community policing program to be implemented soon. Now, Superintendent Williams with the CDPF confirmed to Channel 5 News that this community policing program will take effect from 6th August.
Community policing is a collaborative effort between the police and the community at large to arrest the situation of crime or disorders in that community. The initiative that has been put forward is strongly supported by not only the Chief of Police, but the Honorable Minister of Justice and also the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica. They are behind us 100%. We, the police, cannot do it by ourselves. We need the public to assist us. We need the various communities to assist us. Community policing has worked in Jamaica, in Barbados, in Guyana, in Trinidad and Tobago.
The policing program has an initial 3-year lifespan. However, there are hopes to continue past this timeline. The project will also be extended to other communities.
The mandate that we have is it's for 3 years to be reviewed at the end of the 3 years. So I am proud to say that Kalibishi will be the first community that we are going to launch this program. But after Kalibishi, we are looking at Woodford Hill. And I must tell you that we are also targeting other communities, but our main effort and concentration is now on Kalibishi, the launching on the 5th of August, and then we move to Woodford Hill.
Kalibishi was specifically chosen for this program as a means to help boost its tourism appeal for visitors and locals.
Well, Kalibishi is a unique community. You find a lot of expats live down there. There's a lot of tourism down there, a lot of agriculture, a lot of fishing. And we chose Kalibishi because of some incidents that happened down there some time ago. We know that they depend very heavily on tourism. Tourism is very fragile, and any incident can cause, you know, the tourists, the visitors to move away from Kalibishi.
An official launching ceremony is scheduled for 5th August in Kalibishi. Coming up, the debate over where Rabbit Fest 2016 will be held has been settled. We'll have the details after this. Welcome back. As an airport regulation will be enforced come Wednesday, head of the Dominica Taxi Association is hopeful a day permit will encourage hired drivers to abide by the law. It costs a licensed airport taxi operator $480 a year, while a tour operator will be required to pay $450 a year. Other taxi operators will be charged $50 to be certified to conduct business at the airport for a month. The 2003 schedule of airport fees also includes $25 a day. President of the Dominica Taxi Association, Oris Campbell, says 30% of airport taxi drivers are members of the association.
My concern primarily was if there was only going to be an annual permit where you got to pay $400 where you might only need 3 or 4 times a year. Well, now as the daily entrance, the daily permit, I think they would more comply with it.
Campbell says the airport regulation is clear and he encourages drivers wishing to conduct business at the airport to apply to the airport authority for a license.
We represent certified drivers. If one isn't certified, I would think that they should try to get certified to enjoy the benefit. There's an airport taxi association, and I think that's where some of the main concerns were coming from. We non-airport taxi drivers coming and trying to source some of the business. Only one question or one issue I have with the daily permit is how fast, if there's going to be any red tape to acquire a daily permit, because sometimes you don't have too long before you get a job to go to the airport, and if it's a 12-hour, 24-hour red tape, it could pose a little problem. I would appreciate if they could be issued at the airport, like how some visas are issued. Some visas are issued at airports, so once you enter, you apply for a visa and they allow you to enter. So if something like that, for the daily permit, that they would issue a permit as you enter, that would be very appreciated.
St. Lucia has been lending a hand to Dominica to help strengthen its capacity at awarding the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, CVQ. Since St. Lucia is accredited to award CXC's Caribbean Vocational Qualification, Dominica has been making use of external verifiers from St. Lucia to assess its technical, vocational, education and training. Just last week, verifiers from St. Lucia were here for that purpose. They assessed students in crop production, commercial food preparation and garment production.
And each occupational area requires an external verifier. An external verifier is an individual who is trained, who is competent at the occupational area, and who has been trained in the process of verification. Generally, we use as an external verifier someone who is actually practicing in the field. So if you want an external verifier for an auto mechanics training course, for instance, ideally, you want somebody who is a practicing auto mechanic, who also knows about the training system, who also knows about the assessment system. And after all the training is completed and all the assessments have been completed, this person comes in and gives a value judgment on the candidate. So they will tell us whether this candidate is a first-level mechanic.
Dira says St. Lucia's TVET Council has been helpful in providing guidance to Dominica to develop its TVET programs. Dira says it is not that local professionals are incompetent in assessing students and CVQ centers. However, they are not certified to do so and would require more training.
And then what we did in the meantime is have our verifiers walk through the process with the St. Lucia TVET Council verifiers. So as part of their exposure, they now have a fair idea as to how the verification process is completed. Right now, they are processing their findings, and we expect the results within the next couple of weeks.
And despite suggestions for a temporary change in venue for the annual event, organizers of Rabbit Fest have maintained that it will be staged in Cochrane this year. Tropical Storm Erica severely damaged the roads, leading to increased concern for the safety of the large numbers of patrons, including tourists, who would visit Cochrane for the annual Rabbit Festival. There were suggestions to move the festival to the Canefield area to accommodate more people while ensuring their safety and ease of access.
Suggestion was made from some members of the executive, but when we went to the voice of the people, that will not happen. People say that's their festival instead of at Cochrane. Because the reason why the festival is really actually happening in Cochrane is because we want the people of Cochrane to earn a living. You know, that's why they make a form of income. They sell different produces like coconuts and, you know, corn and all different kind of items. So they want to earn a living from that. And to bring it down to Canefield, it would be very difficult. I can tell you, the people would be going at a loss. So we decide, we listen to the voice of the people, and there's no way that festival is leaving Cochrane.
Organizers say work is ongoing in Cochrane to make the road more user-friendly ahead of the festival. Hence, the activity will take place in the community as usual.
But right now, the government have been doing a very good job on the road. They have been doing a lot of extending of the road, enlarging the road and so forth. So it will be easier for the traffic so far. Well, I want to encourage Dominicans to continue to come. I mean, as you know, rabbit meat is very nice, and this year we're going to have different dishes, all kind of different dishes of rabbit. So we want you to come, we want to encourage them to come. But if God is willing, next year, we're looking for a real big rabbit festival. At that time, the road will be in good mutable, and we're looking for a real big rabbit festival next year.
This year's Rabbit Festival will run from 29th to 31st July. That's news. Coming up, your sports highlights with Kenny Williams.
In football news, the Dominica Football Association could not have its annual general meeting this weekend due to a poor turnout at the assembly. 13 teams attended, however 17 were needed to have the meeting based on the constitution. DFA has rescheduled the gathering to June 30 in hopes that all teams will be represented. Still in sports, former West Indies fast bowler Joel Garner has been appointed as West Indies team manager for a 3-year period and has joined the squad for the upcoming Test series against India. Garner, 63, has served as West Indies interim manager from 2009 to 2010, which included the World T20. Garner was also a director on West Indies Cricket Board and president of the Barbados Cricket Association and the West Indies A-team manager. Garner played 58 tests and 98 ODIs from 1977 to 1987 and was an integral member of the West Indies team that won the World Cup in 1979. West Indies begin their 4-test series against India on July 21. On to basketball, there were wins for United Insurance Sharks and E.H. Charles crossover in basketball action from the 2016 Flow DAB League on the weekend. Sharks ended their game with an 11-point lead against Kyrie FM Old School on Saturday. Final scores: Sharks 77, Old School 66. In another game, crossover beat Justina Charles Thunderers in a Division I matchup 61-55. Meantime, the games continue on Tuesday between Kyrie FM Old School and LA Knights at 7 p.m., followed by Fashion Line Falcons versus Eagles at 9. The games are set for Massac. In cricket, Barbados Tridents defeated St. Lucia Zouks by 25 runs in Sunday's games of the Caribbean Premier League. Barbados took first to knock and scored 173 for 5. Nicholas Puran scored 81 and A.B. de Villiers 32 for Tridents. Jerome Taylor took 2 for 27. Set 174 for the win, Zouks fell short and could only reach 148 for 8 by the 20th over. Andre Fletcher scored 20 while Darren Sammy and Kyle Mayers scored 18 each. Tridents have 3 wins and 2 losses so far, while Zouks have 1 win and 3 losses. Barbados will face Jamaica on Wednesday. In highlights from the volleyball scene, well, we can tell you that DB's Acers defeated Steinman Celtics in their second match in the best-of-3 games on Saturday. Acers took the match 3-1. Take a look at some of the highlights. Back with more cricket, well, Pakistan won their first test match against England in 4 days. The match ended on Sunday. Pakistan was bowled out for 399 in the first innings. England replied with 272. Batting a second time, Pakistan retired on 215. England was bowled out for 207 in the second innings. Pakistan leads the series 1-0. In other sporting developments, President of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne, says the participation of sports division staff at the recently concluded FIFA Women's Football Training Course is a step in the right direction for football development here. Etienne made those comments at the closing ceremony of the course.
Let me take this opportunity to challenge each and every one of you here to begin a program in your community or in your school where you work with young boys and girls at the grassroots level on a regular basis. Since this is the only way that we will develop our football, I am particularly pleased that quite a few persons from the sports division have participated in this course. Since most of them work with primary school children, they are ideally placed to develop football at this level.
Meantime, course instructor Andrea Rodeba encouraged participants to improve on what they have learned.
We only touch on a small amount of the different points. Okay, it's really important that we be proactive, that we log on. There's all kinds of information today that was not available before. Why? Because there were no catalogs, there were no brochures, there were no DVDs, there was no internet. Today we have the world, okay, at our touch, and it's important that as coaches we do become proactive. We try and get more information and use the information that has been provided.
Meanwhile, course participant Ntinga Daru says the information they received was beneficial and timely.
I think that the course was very interesting, intense, informative, and filled with activities, fun activities I might say. And just as the students we had participating in the different exercises, the training sessions, I believe as well that all of us female coaches here, we enjoyed the activities as well.
And Tania Burnett believes the course has opened doors of opportunities for football here.
I think this course gave us the hope that there is more that we can do for women's football. And I think it's opened our eyes to the opportunities that are available to us. So that I hope that there'll be more of these types of courses at gradually higher and higher levels.
22 women participated in the 5-day course. That's all the sports for now. I am Kenny Williams. Join us again next time.
Your weather report is next.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to your weather. I'll be your presenter for this evening, Farah Rock Career. Today, weak unstable conditions due to a low-level trough produced occasional cloudy skies across the Lesser Antilles. Earlier visible satellite imagery showed low-level clouds traverse the eastern Caribbean. Earlier radar imagery of this afternoon indicated scattered shower activity across the Lesser Antilles. The weather tonight is expected to be partly cloudy with some scattered showers, and the weather tomorrow will start off as a partly cloudy, hazy and breezy with a few scattered showers, and will become increasingly cloudy with some showers. The marine conditions tomorrow will be slight to moderate, and waves will be up to 5 feet. Let's take a look now at the weather for the next 3 days. Tomorrow, Tuesday, as I said, it will start off as partly cloudy, hazy and breezy, and it will become increasingly cloudy with some showers, and that is due to the approach of a tropical wave. On Wednesday, it will be mostly cloudy, hazy and breezy with some showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. Therefore, residents in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks, you are asked to be vigilant. On Thursday, relative improvement is expected as the high pressure system will re-establish itself. Therefore, partly cloudy skies with a few scattered showers and also some breezy conditions can be expected. The rest of the Caribbean is tomorrow. Well, the central portion of the islands can expect occasional cloudy skies with some scattered showers, and the northern and southern portion of Les Antilles can expect some possible thunderstorm activity. On the international scene, thunderstorm activity expected for Miami and Caracas. Cloudy skies across London and Beijing, and the city of New York can enjoy some partly cloudy skies. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:44 a.m. and will set at 6:39 p.m. Please remember, we are in the hurricane season. Feel free to visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Join us tomorrow evening for your next further broadcast. Thank you.
To end the news, the headlines again. Dominicans expected to play a key role in renaming the Princess Margaret Hospital as groundbreaking for the new project approaches. Security issues and the number of young offenders coming in among main concerns for one state prison official. And Dominica receives help from St. Lucia as it strengthens its capacity to award the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, CVQ. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Lee, and to all our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us tomorrow.